Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Let's proceed the topic homeostasis in English. Homeostasis. First, let us clear the term as usual. We clear the term first. Homeo. Homeo is a Greek word that is homeos or homois. Stasis, again, the Greek word. Homois means resembling, or you can also say like, is like, okay, or alike. Stasis is the word that means standing. So this word means that if we combine these English words, standing like, okay. Homeostasis means standing like something. So how will we define now this homeostasis biologically? Well, biologically it means that to maintain the internal environment in a steady state, or a steady state maintenance of the internal environment with the constantly changing environment is called homeostasis. Means we are actually making our environment steady, equal, maintained with the reference to external environment. So that's called actually homeostasis. What? The maintenance of the internal environment in a steady state is called, with respect to the constantly changing environment, is called homeostasis. When you maintain your internal environment regarding the external environment is called homeostasis. Now what the word environment means? Environment means everything that surrounds. So then we have two types of environments regarding the human body and the cell. So one is external, one is internal. Now what is the external environment? Actually we live in now, right now. Whatever is surrounding us, either it is air or gases or a boat or the camera, anything, this is external environment. And what is internal environment? Inside the body. That environment is called internal. Means our cells are surrounding environment and we are surrounding the environment. So this is actually the human body. Let me draw it like that. So here is cell, suppose, and here is the human body. The body is surrounding the environment that is called external environment. And this cell is also having environment within the cell. So surrounding the cell, the environment is known as internal environment. Okay. The environment inside our body, you can say, is called internal, and outside our body is called external. But regarding the biological, we will define the environment around the cell is called internal environment, and around the living body is called external environment. So as usual, we are defining the terms. After that, we are going further. So we have again components for the homeostasis that are playing a role in the human body or the living body to maintain a constant state. So you eat, living bodies, they are just having their life on the earth for one reason. They are eating, they are drinking, and they are breathing. That's it. If they are not doing these things, they cannot live. Got? If you do not eat, we not drink, we not breathe, we are not supposed to live, or we're not supposed to be called as living bodies. So we drink and we eat. After that, when we eat and drink, so there we get a kind of energy through which we maintain our living body systems. So these all three things are put in the components of the homeostasis. If your water and salts are regulated in the body, that is done by the mechanism known as osmoregulation. Osmo means water and solutes, which are maintained by the body, and the component is responsible for that. The maintenance of the water and solute is osmoregulation, and the solid that you ate. So in order to regulate your body according to that, so then we do what? We excrete some solid particles which are not of use, and those which are of use, they are then provided to the body in order to get the energy. So the same again, so the energy is obtained in order to maintain a constant amount state of energy. So then the body has a center to control a constant and a steady state. In neither it goes up nor down. That state is controlled, is given the name, the component is known as thermoregulation. And a state specific for the living body right now I want to discuss is that it is about to 36 to 38. Means from 36 to 38 is the state in which a living body should maintain itself. And somehow some books states, some books state that it is 37.6 and 5. You can say 37 point in Urdu 37.6. Some books state 37.5 degree centigrade or Celsius. That is considered to be the normal state in which a cell can live in a very specific and nice environment, or living body can stay for a longer time. So that is called the thermoregulation, to maintain temperature. So you eat, you drink, and you get the energy. So these are controlled by three components. If you are drinking, osmoregulation; if you are eating, excretion; and if you are regulating the temperature for the things that you eat, so that is called thermoregulation. So this is excretion, thermoregulation, and osmoregulation. In short, just I gave the example regarding the topic. And further, there are some general steps through which all the living bodies, they maintain their temperature. What are those general? They are physiological, behavioral, and structural. Structural mechanisms through which the living bodies are maintaining their internal environment with respect to the external environment. One is structural, another is physiological, and another is behavioral. Some organisms have a structure through which they maintain their body temperature or body conditions. Like I will give you example of a dog. When a dog gets overheat, so they don't have the sweat glands, their God-gifted nature is there. They, you can say, take their tongue out, through which they breathe in a very fast manner, breathe in and breathe out. You might have seen the dogs having their tongue out and breathing very fast in a quick way. That is called as painting, through which they maintain their temperature. And with the human body, we maintain our internal environment, means we take the gases or heat out from our body or into our body regarding the environment. So we are breathing in and breathing out. And we also have sweat glands through which our skin, they are just releasing the sweat. When the sweat releases, then you get body gets or feels cold. So like this, you are maintaining your body in some half, or a body is maintained. If we give the example of temperature, so temperature of the body is maintained by three ways: structural, physiological, and behavioral. Structure, I gave you just right now example of a dog and a human body. Humans breathe, and dogs, they also breathe in and breathe out in a quick way by having a tongue out. So the humans, they are doing just what? They're inhaling and exhaling this gases, and they're breathing also, but we also have sweat through which we can maintain the temperature. This is called structural example. Structurally, the bodies also maintain the temperature or maintain their constant internal environment with the external changing environment. And we have physiological way also. Physiologically, what is you people might have observed whenever it's hot, the blood vessels supplying the body. So you can feel that the blood vessels are somehow dilated when it is hot, and they are constricted. They are not seen when it is cold. The specific reason behind is that when it is hot, so the internal environment is also hot and external is also hot. So you want to make your internal a little bit cold, means you want to maintain it regarding the external. So the blood vessels regarding that are supplied to the skin, they get wider, they get dilated, because due to which there will be excessive the blood supply. And when there is excessive blood supply, then that area will have excess amount of sweat. So when there is hyper sweating, means when there is release of sweat, so then you will feel cold. Why? Because sweat when removed from the body, then the body gets cold. You know about the latent heat of vaporization, means that the body gets cooled when the water or the solutes that are present on the surface of the body, they get detached from the body. So like that, then you will feel a little bit cold. And again, the same is the case with cold. When it is cold outside, so you don't want to lose, your body says that we want to be a little bit hot as compared to the cold, means in a maintenance. Our body does not need to get enough heat and cold. Means we want to be in average condition, in a maintained condition, 37.5 somehow, or a 6, 37.6 degree or 37.5 degree. Our body wants to bring its state in that condition. It must not go up and down. For that reason, when it is cold enough, so what the blood vessels do, if I'm giving you the example of physiologically, then physiologically maintenance is done that the blood vessels constrict. When it is cold, it dilates. When it is hot, the blood vessels are dilated to release the sweat, and when it is cold, the blood vessels are constricted, they're not to release the sweat. So if the sweat is released, the body will get cold in hot, and if it is cold season outside, the blood vessels will constrict and no heat will be released. So due to which then the internal environment is somehow regulated. Thermoregulation, you can say. Behavioral. Some organisms, they change their behavior regarding the environment. If I give you the example of a frog, you might have listened the terms aestivation and hibernation. When it is too hot or too cold, the frogs change their living style. They bury themselves under the mud, or somehow there is a kind of hole or water or anything. They go and they hide themselves. So this hiding mechanism, when it is in cold, this is called hibernation. When it is in hot, that's called aestivation. So when a frog or any living body is changing its lifestyle regarding the environment, that lifestyle changing is called behavioral change, through which they are regulating their internal environment with the external environment. Means they're just bringing it alike. Homeostasis, they are bringing it alike to the external environment. So in short, to maintain the internal environment with the external environment is called homeostasis. That is done by the way. Hope so you got. Thank you.